With shiplap and charm, Chip and Joanna Gaines built a huge business, but their 5 amazing children are their biggest project. In 2025, their kids are growing up quickly and making their own ways away from the attention their parents love. From their unique hobbies and changing personalities to the schools they go to now, the Gaines kids are not like other kids. They have changed so much that you won't believe it. Let's talk to each of them separately. Drake Gaines. Drake Gaines is the oldest child of Chip and Joanna Gaines, who are famous for their work on the hit show Fixer Upper and running the popular Magnolia empire. Drake has always been important to both his parents and his fans because he is the first of 5 children, now becoming a young adult. Drake is going his own way, but he is still following the beliefs and traditions of his family, who helped shape him. Drake is a junior at the University of Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton, Texas. He is majoring in business entrepreneurship, which is a good choice given how well his parents were able to turn a small remodeling business into a national lifestyle brand. Drake's choice to become a business seems to have come from both his upbringing and his natural desire to build his own thing. His classes are mostly about leadership, new ideas, and the basics of starting and running a business. He may use what he learns one day to carry on the game's tradition or start a business of his own. Drake is not only smart, but also a great athlete. The Mary Hardin Baylor baseball team has him on their team, something that built on the sports career he started while he was at Waco's Valor Prep Academy. Drake has spent a lot of time with baseball, both as a sport and as a way to spend time with his sporty father, Chip. Chip, who went to Baylor University and played softball in college, has always told Drake that sports are a great way to learn discipline, teamwork, and persistence. On and off the field, Drake's dedication to the game is clear. At Valor Prep, he stood out because of his speed, strong arm, and ability to read the field. His teachers often praised him for how hard he worked and how dedicated he was. He still has the same drive at the college level, where he juggles practices, games, training, and a full course load. People who work with him say that he is a quiet boss who is focused, competitive, helpful, and always ready with a smile or a word of encouragement. Drake stays close with his family, even though he is getting busier all the time. He often goes back to Waco to spend time with his younger brothers, Ella, Duke, Emmie, and the rest of the family. He is a steadying influence in the Gaines family. His folks are always proud of how humble and kind he is. They've always tried to teach their kids good traits. In the Gaines family history, one very funny and touching event stands out. It happened at one of Drake's baseball games. Chip laughed as he told the story of Drake making fun of him in the dugout by saying, "I'm already handsome like you." The joke made Chip laugh, which showed how funny Chip was. Drake's comment wasn't just a fun mirror of his personality. It was also a sweet sign of the special bond between him and his father. People talk a lot about their connection on social media and in family interviews. It's based on love, respect, and teasing each other. Drake doesn't get as much attention from the public as his famous parents, but he does show up in Magnolia material and family posts from time to time, giving fans a look at his growth, goals, and accomplishments. Fans have seen him grow from a shy kid who helped his mom in the yard to a sure-of-himself young man who is now an adult with style and purpose. Drake seems to be on a path that brings together the best parts of both worlds, even though it's early in his trip. The business spirit of the Gaines family and the individualism of someone who is ready to make his own history. There's no question that he'll act with the honesty, creativity, and charm that his family and fans have long admired, whether he joins Magnolia or starts his own business. Miss Gaines. Ella Gaines just turned 18. This is a big deal that is celebrated with cake and fun, but it's also a time for personal growth, freedom, and fresh starts. Ella is Chip and Joanna Gaines' second child and oldest daughter. She is often called the quiet artist of the family. She has a quiet, thoughtful personality and is very creative, which shows in everything she does. Since she is now an adult, she is growing into a strong young woman with her own ideas. Her 18th birthday was a big deal. She celebrated with family and friends, but what was most important was that it was her first chance to vote in a presidential race. Ella was proud to do what was right for the community, showing a level of maturity that shows how her personal beliefs and sense of responsibility are growing. She felt like it was more than just voting. It meant that she was starting a new part of her life where her voice could start to change the world. Ella also took a quiet but deliberate step into young adulthood in the months before she went to college. She made a private Instagram account that wasn't handled by her parents and wasn't connected to the Magnolia brand. She posts pictures of her baking projects, handwritten recipes, and honest looks into her daily life there to share parts of her life with close friends and family. You can tell she's still a Gaines because she's artistic, driven, and has strong family values, even though she likes her privacy and has grown up mostly out of the public eye. Baking is one of Ella's favorite things to do. From a very young age, she could be found in the kitchen with her mom, playing around with frosting and flour. She often had a big smile on her face and a flowery nose. What began as a fun activity as a child has grown into a serious interest over time. Ella now runs a small bakery out of her family's Waco home kitchen. She gets orders from neighbors, family, friends, and even some loyal customers who heard about her skill from other people. On her menu, you can find everything from cupcakes and birthday cakes with lots of little decorations to pies and fresh pastries that are in season. Each one was made with love, care, and a little artistic style. Her dream is to one day open a food truck that combines her love of baking with her growing interest in tastes from around the world. Ella has started drawing logos and coming up with names for the food truck business she wants to start, often writing down thoughts late at night. She dreams of a cozy, well-designed truck with vintage touches where she can serve freshly baked goods, Korean-style street snacks, and unique drinks to people in the area. It's still a work in progress, but it shows how entrepreneurial she is and how interested she is in other cultures. A trip to South Korea with the family really started that interest, where the Gaineses saw the country's lively cities, quaint towns, and, of course, its famous food scene. She saw the trip as more than just a vacation. It was a changing point for me. She felt more connected to her Korean roots when she tried kimchi for the first time, walked through busy night markets, and went to historical sites. After the trip, she decided to start learning Korean. She is now taking beginner lessons and working hard at it with apps, textbooks, and online tutoring. She hopes that one day she can go back to Korea and be able to talk to people there more easily and learn even more about the culture she is so drawn to now. Ella is kind, expressive, and quietly sure of herself, and these traits show in her relationships with her brothers as well. Since she is the oldest daughter, she often takes care of the younger ones. She loves being with her younger sister Emmie and her younger brother Crew the most. The Gaines family feels calm and creative when she's around, whether she's helping Emmie decorate cookies or telling Crew a story before bed. Duke Gaines. Duke Gaines is now a junior in high school and is full of spirit and energy. Like any kid who gets more freedom, he's becoming more like himself, which includes being funny, talented, and a little rebellious. Duke is Chip and Joanna Gaines' third child. He has always been in the background of Fixer Upper shows, often seen going on family trips with the family or sneaking into scenes with a sly grin. He's making his own name for himself now, especially on the baseball field, but he still has the wit and charm that come from being in the Gaines family. Duke has always loved sports, but baseball is his favorite. Like his older brother Drake, who plays college baseball, Duke is determined and naturally good at sports to follow in the family practice. His competitive energy, quick reflexes, and team-first mentality have earned him a name for himself on the high school team. No matter if Duke is hitting or covering ground in the center, he is sure of himself and at ease on the field. His coaches say he's easy to work with, motivated, and always brings a lot of energy to practice. They will also agree that he isn't afraid to crack a joke in the dugout or use his famous one-liners to lighten the mood. The Gaines family talks about Duke's funny sense all the time. His funny conversation, especially with his dad, has made for some great moments on and off camera. One great example of this was when they were on Fixer Upper together. Chip would often turn simple tasks into full-on comedy acts. When a dad and his son went shopping together, their trips often took strange turns. They might get lost in the hardware store, try on silly hats, or make every room into a make-believe obstacle course. Fans couldn't help but notice how Duke's blank responses to Chip's pranks made the show seem like a real-life sitcom. Duke would often roll his eyes and grin, while Chip would act silly. When they disagree or make fun of them, it's one of the show's most quietly funny moments. In the past few months, reached another important milestone that made us proud and given us some parental jitters. He got his permit to drive. This is a big deal for teens because it means they can be independent. But what about his parents? It was time to switch to tracking mode. Joanna has said that as soon as Duke pulled out of the driveway by himself for the first time, she checked the family's Life 360 app. This is a tool for sharing location that many modern families use to keep an eye on their teens. Chip joked that they are now expert snoops because they can see Duke's every move as he cruises to practice, school, or a friend's house. The Gaines parents are both happy and worried about their child's increased freedom, but they also know that it's part of raising a strong, confident young guy. Duke has done enough to earn their trust, but he's still young enough to keep them on edge. He sometimes goes on late-night snack runs while blasting loud music from the car speakers as he pulls into the driveway. The music is usually happy and upbeat. Duke is still the funny middle child at home. He's the one who can make dinner more fun, make his younger brothers laugh, and give Drake a run for his money when it comes to games of rivalry between siblings. He's both fun and protective around Emmie and the team. A big brother who can play rough and joke around, but also help out when needed. She told Duke that he is one of the kindest people in the family, even though he wears a sarcastic smile. Miss Gaines. Chip and Joanna Gaines have 4 kids. Emmie Gaines is the 4th one. She's only 14, but she's already showing that she's a powerful force, a business, a caregiver, and a future chef. Emmie is known for having a kind heart, working hard, and being creative. She also has a quiet confidence. That makes her stand out among the younger Gaines children. There are a lot of things Emmie needs to do, even though she is only in her early teens. From running a small farm business to becoming a master baker, all while adding to the lively, teen-filled atmosphere in their Waco home. Emmie is very good at running the family's small farm market with her bigger brother, Duke. This is one of her most impressive projects. The 2 brothers have turned a hobby they started in the backyard into a business. They collect eggs, harvest vegetables, and sell the goods they make to neighbors and friends in the area. Emmie, in particular, is very excited about the farming part of life. She is in charge of taking care of the family's chickens. She gets up early to feed them, check for eggs, and make sure their coop is clean and cozy. The care she takes with her chickens and her love of animals have made it both a job and a hobby for her. Emmie loves getting her hands dirty in the yard when she's not taking care of the chickens. Her job is to help plant, pull weeds, and pick seasonal veggies that are then sold at their small but busy farm stand. Emmie takes pride in everything she does, from picking cherry tomatoes by hand to wrapping fresh herbs. She now knows how important it is to work hard, be environmentally friendly, and start her own business. They have always tried to teach their kids these lessons by letting them live with them. Even so, Emmie is more than just a young farmer. Also, she's a really great cook. Joanna, who made a name for herself in the business of home design and hospitality, has often raved about Emmie's cooking skills. It's true. Jo once said that one of Emmie's cookie recipes was the best cookie ever. That's high praise from someone who has tried a lot of sweets. Emmie's cookies, cakes, and sweets are the result of her desire to learn, try new things, and pay close attention to every detail. She loves combining flavors, making small changes to recipes, and decorating with great care. She will often spend hours finishing a batch until it looks and tastes just right. Her famous cookies are soft, gooey, and full of flavor. They are a hit not only in the family, but also in their close-knit neighborhood. People are even joking that Emmie might start a business with her love of baking, especially if she sells the mini farm's food together. She's already shown that she has the kind of business sense that could lead to much bigger things in the future. Like all Gaines children, Emmie is creative in more ways than just farming and food. She likes to make things, write in a diary, and rearrange her bedroom decor whenever she feels like it. Her mom's style of design often influences her choices. It looks like Joanna's sense of style may have been passed down from generation to generation because she has a knack for combining cozy country charm with her own modern style. Emmie recently reached another important teen age. She can now drive. Even though she is still learning how to drive, her new learner's permit has made the Gaines home even more active and full of teenage energy. Drake is already in college, Duke just got his license, and Ella is getting ready to start her own business. Now Emmie is entering a time of growth and freedom. Now her parents have to balance driving lessons, tracking apps like Life 360, and a lot of pickups, drop-offs, and practice runs. Even though Emmie is becoming more independent, she still stays grounded. Crew is her youngest brother, and she is very close to him. Often she acts like a big sister, giving him small tasks to do or reading him stories when things get too crazy. People in her family and group of friends look up to her because of how gently she leads and how steady she is. Emmie Gaines is becoming an inspiring young woman as she starts high school and keeps exploring her hobbies. They are artistic, hardworking, and full of hope. Emmie seems calm and sure of herself, even when she's doing something like collecting eggs at dawn, baking a tray of her signature cookies, or practicing parallel parking. She has a sparkle in her eye that makes you think her journey is just starting. The Crew wins. Crew Gaines is the youngest person in the Gaines family. Even though he's only 7 years old, he's already won people over as the cute little boy of the family. Crew grew up on his family's Waco farm, where he was surrounded by love, creativity, and the wide open spaces. He has a sunny smile, curious eyes, and a personality that easily blends gentleness with boundless energy. He is the youngest in the family, so his parents and bigger siblings love and care for him a lot. He is also growing up to be a thoughtful and bold kid who brings new life to the Gaines family. Joanna Gaines has always been very open about her close bond with Crew. She often posts sweet pictures of the two of them on social media. Crew just turned 7 not long ago, and Joanna celebrated with sweet honors and old photos, including some touching ones from the day he was born. One of these pictures showed Joanna cuddling Crew, her new baby, in the quiet early morning hours of June 21st, 2018. She said the moment was both peaceful and miraculous. People have come to think of Crew's kind, warm spirit as her beautiful little boy because of the posts she made about him. Even though Crew is the youngest, she is not quiet in the Gaines family. He is incredibly interested and is always moving, looking around and asking questions. Sometimes he looks under flower pots to find bugs, and other times he helps his dad with yard work. He loves being outside, and the family's huge Waco land is his playground. The pond is one of his favorite places, where you can often find him fishing with Chip or his bigger siblings. Crew enjoys being in nature when there is no sound and has the patience of a much bigger child. He waits with wide eyes for a fish to snap his line. These quiet times have become beloved rituals, especially for father and son. They provide a relaxing and important way to spend time together. Weeding is another one of Crew's favorite things to do outside. Hedges, yes. Most kids his age would rather play in the dirt than pull weeds, but Crew is very proud of helping to take care of the family garden. Not only do I want to help, I want to be a part of something. Crew helps in his own small but happy way, whether it's by sorting through the vegetables, bringing small buckets of water, or running barefoot through the rows of plants. Chip and Joanna have worked hard to teach all of their children the morals that he is excited about on the farm. For the land, hard work, and a love of keeping things simple. Crew is still very much a boy, though. He is full of energy and ideas. He really enjoys building blocks, acting like a cowboy, and running around the yard with a superhero cape behind him. He also has the artistic spirit of his family. In the kitchen, Joanna has told sweet stories about Crew helping her by getting mixing spoons, testing cookie dough for flavor, or arranging napkins with a level of detail that amazes her. Something about him makes him seem wiser than his years, even when he's just having fun. Crew's family trip to Seoul, South Korea, may have been one of the most important events in his life in the past few years. For the Gaines kids, especially the ones whose mom is Korean, the trip was more than just a vacation. It showed where they came from. Crew, even though they were young, felt very connected to the event. He was amazed by the city's bright lights, tried new foods with an open mind, and listened with wide eyes as Joanna told him about their family history and customs. Crew has become more interested in his Korean roots since that visit, questioning and being amazed as they look through pictures from the trip. Joanna says he really likes Korean folktales and will often ask her to tell them to him before bed. Being the youngest doesn't mean you're not important to the Gaines family. Instead, Crew is the center of attention, whether it's because of the camera recording his happy exploration of the farm or because he is learning about his roots in his own time. Even though he's small, he makes a big difference in the family. He calms down the bigger kids' crazy teen years, adds fun to everyday life, and always reminds us how beautiful childhood was. How do you feel about Chip and Joanna Gaines' children now in 2025? Please tell us what you think in the box below. We hope this video was helpful for you. Kindly click like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Thanks for seeing this. I'll see you in the next movie. Thank you.